Perovsky, an undercover agent. Perovsky won it. Snow Dance just clinging to the lead. It's close. They hit the line, and I think Fiorella got her. Do It Again and Sniper Shot over the last 100, but Do It Again takes it up, and it's Do It Again to win it. Elusive Silver's clinging on, and Elusive Silver has won it.
Mighty High gets there by a long neck as they go to the post.
Winning a Group 1 is something really special.
Van Halen just won it from Cue the Music.
It's my second Group 1 in the sprint, so I'm chuffed.
Sommerled comes bounding through late on.
But this one was a big one for me today.
And bold respect, huge respect from all today, and he wins with flying colours.
Major Conquer and Strathcon. Major Conquer won it.
His action is phenomenal. He's got a good stride, and he's been hiding in the mirror rating.
Oh, Susanna just the leader and holds on to win it.
It was an unbelievable win.
Surcharge coming home, and Surcharge won it. Sniper Shot, Black Cat back. Sniper Shot won it. Witchcraft's gonna win it. Witchcraft, they have stolen at the top of the lane to win by 4. It's My Turn's running a big race. It's My Turn's gonna win it. And it's Head On Show and Crowd Pleaser. These are the two. It's close. I think Head On Show from Crowd Pleaser.
But it's My Turn out the top draw. Celtic Sea gets to Missouri. Celtic Sea, a win full of merit from Missouri. But Rohan with the edge, and he's got the wow factor. Do It Again by a length and a half. Do It Again shakes the ground beneath him. Do It Again, Anton Marcus.
Redberry Lane, but Snow Dance is holding on. Redberry Lane's coming back, but it's too close. Redberry Lane came back for more to win a close decision. But Temple Graffin is still going, and Temple Graffin won't get caught. Chimichurri Run now going away, and Chimichurri Run to win it by about 3 lengths. Number 3, Chimichurri Run, the Trippy, Smongo Kumano, Sean Terry, and they win it.
Return Flight, this has landed. Rail Trips coming flying for second, but Return Flight all out to win. Socrat, and that's a winning move out there to win by 2.
It's My Turn has burst out of the pack. It's My Turn's going home too well.
Down the inside, Will Pay's a big runner, and Will Pay's coming to get them all. Will Pay's won it.
But Captain America in front and wins the money.
Meters and opponents taking late, they hit the line, oh it's close. Down to the line, and it goes to Miyabi Gold, a short air.
Host this evening, Graham Hawkins.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2018 KZN Racing Awards and end of season celebration. It's true, we face challenging times, we face interesting times, but there's always a time for celebration. There's always an opportunity to partner and to party. Welcome tonight in the spirit of celebration. And indeed, those celebrations, in fact, started last night. I am pleased to announce that Gold Circle won the Standard Bank Gender Empowered Company Top Women Award in the travel and hospitality sector at a glittering ceremony held at Emperor's Palace last night. Our chairperson, Dr. Pumla Mganga, and our corporate services director was there to, Veronica Jack was there to receive this very prestigious award. So as I said, the party started last night and continues this evening. As you will have seen, the KZN Racing Awards have come home. Welcome to the flagship venue of the Greyville Convention Centre, which has become a most important part of Gold Circle's existence. With reference to last night's very special award, I sincerely hope that Standard Bank don't think that Michelle Narak is a woman. In welcoming you this evening, I would especially like to welcome our sponsors who are here this evening, members of the media, visitors who have come around from far afield to join us here this evening. They've come from all corners of South Africa. A special word of welcome to the Chief Executive Officer of the National Horse Racing Authority, Mr. Lyndon Barnes, and of course the Horse Racing Control Executive, Mr. Arnold Hyde. Thank you so much for joining us here at Greyville this evening. I would also like to extend a very special word of welcome to our guest of honor here this evening, recently crowned Champion Trainer of South Africa, Mr. Justin Snaith. Justin, thank you very much for making the return trip to Durban. Of course, as we saw in those clips, as we introduced the awards this evening, Justin's not just champion trainer, but to saddle the first three past the post in the 2018 Vodacom Durban July deserves a very special round of applause from you all. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. That was the theme of the 2018 Vodacom Durban July. It is our theme tonight. It's great to see so many of you turning out this evening to join us in this celebration of excellence, of quality, of thrilling horse racing. We need, through functions like this, to ensure that the sport of horse racing continues to be alive in a big and magnificent way. So we really do appreciate the fact that you've taken time out of your busy schedules to be with us this evening. But as I said, it's now time to move in to the awards, the first round of the awards this evening. And on that note, it gives me great pleasure to call on our chairperson, Dr. Pumla Mganga, to join me on stage to assist with the presentation of awards for the first 9 categories. We start off, ladies and gentlemen, with our very first category, which is the champion 2-year-old filly for the 2017-2018 season. In this category, we have 3 nominees. And in alphabetical order, here they are. First up is Can You Feel It, the daughter of first season sire Jackson, who ran 3rd in the Golden Slipper and 3rd in the Group 1 Tikwini Stakes. Owned and bred by Mr. Michael Leaf, who's here with us tonight and trained, of course, by the young emerging star, Gareth van Sale. Our second nominee is Inveroche, winner of the Strelitzia Stakes and 3rd in the Alan Robertson Grade 1, trained by Mark Dixon and racing in the very familiar colours of Brian and Yolanda Bernard. And our third nominee is Temple Graffin, trained by Glenn Cotson for the Hugo Hutton family and winner right at the end of the season of the Debutante Stakes. Our first winner this evening, our champion 2-year-old filly, is Inverush. Brian and Yolanda, our apologies this evening, but Mark Dixon and his son-in-law Victor Tejero, who sometimes claims to be his racing manager, is here to receive this very special award. Once again, our thanks go out to Anita and Anita Akal for the magnificent frames that are also given away this evening, apart from the wonderful trophies. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your champion 2-year-old filly is Inverush. We move on to our second category this evening, which is the champion 2-year-old colt gelding. And in this category, we just have 2 nominees. Again, in alphabetical order, the first of these nominees is Cue the Music, who won the Godolphin Barb Stakes and then ran an incredible second in the Tokasan Gold Medallion. Racing in the colours, the very familiar colours now, of Mario Ferreira, trained, of course, at Summerfelt by Dennis Bosch, a son of Oratorio. Our second nominee in this category is the Tony Rivelin-trained Desolate Road, who ended the season on a high note when running second in the Umkamazi Stakes on Elan Gold Cup Day. These are our 2 nominees in this category. And our champion 2-year-old colt gelding for this season is Cue the Music.
Traces is on the inside. Van Halen and Cue the Music past the 200 from Traces. It's still Van Halen the leader, but Cue the Music's picking them up now. And Cue the Music now rushing away to win it. Cue the Music from Van Halen.
We welcome on stage racing manager Des Gonzalez, trainer Dennis Bosch, to receive the award on behalf of Mario Ferreira. Cue the Music. We look forward to his 3-year-old career. Group 1 performer at the very highest level. Exciting talent. And so we move, ladies and gentlemen, to the classic generation. Starting, of course, with the champion 3-year-old filly for the season ended on the 31st of July, 2018. And in this category, we have no fewer than 4 nominees. We present all of our nominees in alphabetical order, and first up is the incredibly talented Fiorella, daughter of Captain L, who of course won the Daisy Fillies Guineas Group 2 and ran the Horse of the Year, Oh Susanna, to a neck in the Wollavington 2000. Lest you've forgotten about a talent that emerged at the beginning of the season and unfortunately through injury couldn't see out the rest of the year, our second nominee is the unbeaten #Yola, who won the Flamboyant Stakes in early January. Our third nominee, brilliant. She ran second in the Paddock Stakes, won a Group 3 during the season. The incredibly talented Dennis Dreyer trained Lady in Black. And our fourth nominee, also sporting the colours of Mr. Dave McLean, Neptune's Reign, who was second in the SA Filly Sprint Grade 1 as a 3-year-old. So there are our 4 nominees in the classic generation amongst the fillies, ladies and gentlemen. There can only be one winner. And our champion 3-year-old filly is Fiorella. Duncan Hells and assistant trainer James Rich stepping forward to receive the award on behalf of Mr. Dave McLean, who's travelling overseas and couldn't be with us here this evening. Dave specifically asked me to mention that he's terribly upset that he couldn't be here, but business calls, as I say, and he's not in the country right now. So congratulations to Ash Burton and to Duncan Howells and to James Rich. Moving on to the classic generation in the male division, the champion 3-year-old colts and geldings division. Here we only have 2 nominees, and in alphabetical order they are Monks Hood, who raced away to victory for Alistair Gordon and Mary Slack in the Dingons, and then put up probably the performance of the season in winning the Dingons. Paul Lafferty was not to be left out of the reckoning, because he produced amongst his 3-year-olds the winner of the Grade 2 Post Merchants against older horses, Sniper Shot, who also ran second to Do It Again in the Daisy Guineas. 2 very talented horses. But the winner is, and the champion is, Monks Hood. Alistair Gordon on hand to receive the award.
Second place is Loyal Crusade. Then comes Ideal Secret, followed by Big Fire.
Not easy for a trainer to lose such a talent. But Monks Hood will, of course, as we all know, further his career in Hong Kong. So many of our top horses are headed to that wonderful racing jurisdiction. But let's give Alistair Gordon a big round of applause, because he can be terrifically proud of what Monks Hood achieved for him while in his care. And perhaps, ladies and gentlemen, while we congratulate Alistair Gordon, perhaps we should also spare a thought for his regular pilot, Anthony Delpeche, who would like to have been here this evening but couldn't make it, and who's battling to get his way back into the saddle. Let's have a round of applause for Anthony Delpeche. And so we move through the categories swiftly, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is about awards, it's about celebrating excellence, it's about entertainment, it's about good food courtesy of Eat Greek, who are our resident caterers here. Hopefully you'll all be suitably impressed. And of course, to our executive producer of everything that happens on the stage here, the one and only David Goldie. So as we move to champion older filly mare. No nominees, ladies and gentlemen, no nominees. Just one standout performer for the season. We congratulate the connections of our champion for 2018, the VAR filly, Somerlit. Trained by Dennis Dreyer, raced by Main Chance Farms, bred by them, and Glenn Hatt has come all the way from Cape Town to be here on this auspicious occasion. Dennis, I suggest you use the ramp. Give Glenn Hatt, as the personal representative of Andreas Jacobs and the Main Chance Farms, a nice round of applause, a nice KwaZulu-Natal welcome. And of course, what would our racing be without Dennis Dreyer? So, ladies and gentlemen, from the ladies, we move to the gentlemen. The champion older male, and we refer to them, I don't really like referring to horses as males. They're either colts, or they're horses, or they're geldings. And some in this room may know, what is the difference between a colt and a horse? We know what a gelding is. I'm a gelding. It's not that bad, really, gentlemen, if you're contemplating it. It's quite painless. It's a little uncomfortable for a short while. They suggest that you don't drive home, although I did. But for those of you who have ever wondered and too scared to ask, why are some referred to as colts and some referred to as horses? because they're all fully equipped with all of their male equipment? Most of you know the answer, but I guess there's some that don't. Colt is 4 years and younger. A horse is 5 years and older. I'll ask that question again at the end of the day to see if you were paying attention. So, champion older male, which means a colt, a horse, or a gelding. Like in the instance of the fillies division, the fillies and mares division, I don't think there's any surprises here, ladies and gentlemen. One horse dominated this category that was trained and raced in KwaZulu-Natal. We congratulate our supreme champion older male. It's my turn. Dean Kannemeyer is busy buying horses overseas. We welcome on stage, let me introduce the recipient, Emma Rourke, who's the racing manager for Fred Krabbier, Jane Thomas, who picks all of his horses, and of course Dean Kannemeyer's very attractive young assistant trainer, Barbara Bardenhorst. So let's welcome the ladies on stage. Dean sends his apologies. He's overseas with Jahan Malherbe, and Fred couldn't make it this evening. He's busy winning races in Singapore. Congratulations to one of the revelations of the season. I'd like to believe that the July selection panel turned him into a champion stay, and I'm sticking with that story. We move on, ladies and gentlemen, to our three final categories before we enjoy some dinner and some more entertainment from the unbelievable Joseph Clark as he takes us through the Freddie Mercury and Queen journey. Our champion sprinter. In this category, we have three nominees. We cover off on distances from 1,000 to 1,400 meters. And first up, as we present our nominees in alphabetical order, is the unbelievable veteran of the turf, London Calling, trained by Mark Dixon, racing in the Larson Silks. He just keeps on rolling, this fellow. He's unbelievable at Scottsville over 1,200 meters, and he enjoyed another wonderful, wonderful season. Our second nominee from the Paul Lafferty stable is the Post Merchants winner as a 3-year-old. No mean feat indeed. Sniper Shot is our second nominee. And our third nominee in this category is the 4-year-old VAR filly, winner of the Grade 1 South African Filly Sprint and, of course, the Poinsettia Stakes, and that after a successful campaign in the Western Cape. Our third nominee is the Dennis Dreyer-trained Somerlit. So who's the winner? Our champion sprinter for the season just ended is Somerlit. Welcome back. The connections of this VAR filly, bred and owned by the Main Chance Farms. Laura, you can come with, you know. Glenn Hatt and Dennis Dreyer. Stuart Ferry. Give them a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievably gutsy, this filly. Dennis, I think, was probably a little loath to try her beyond 5 furlongs. She looked to come into the champion season 2018 as an absolute 5 furlong specialist. Well, as you know, there are a limited number of races at that level over 1,000 meters. So at some point, you've got to leap in there and take your chances over a little further. And what that revealed in this daughter of VAR was that she's got a heart as big as herself. She refused to give in every one of her winning races over 1,200 meters and just kept plugging away, keeping the opponents at bay. Wonderful achievement, Dennis. Well done to Stuart Ferry and to Glenn Hatt for being here this evening. Now we move to the champion middle distance category, and this caters for distances of 1,600 meters all the way up to the Vodacom Durban July distance of 2,200 meters. In this category, we have 4 nominees. And again, in alphabetical order, here they come. First up is, of course, Fiorella, winner of the Daisy Fillies Guineas Grade 2 over 1,600 meters, and so gallant in defeat narrowly to subsequent Horse of the Year, Oh Susanna, beaten only a neck in the Woolhavington 2000. Our second nominee is Lady in Black. Ran a heart out when finishing behind the same Oh Susanna in the Paddock Stakes down in Cape Town. Our third nominee, he earns this nominee, although he didn't win it. He's such a gallant performer, as we've mentioned before, and he stepped up to the mile in the KZN Breeders' Million Rand race and failed by the proverbial whisker to go start to finish. It was a heartbreaking moment for both Mark and Hayley Dixon, who are here with us this evening. And our fourth nominee in this category, already on the boards tonight, is the son of Kerari, Monks Hood, twice a winner over 1,600 meters in classic races in the Dingans and the Gauteng Guineas, when he beat subsequent Daily News winner Surcharge by no less than 5 lengths. A very, very competitive category. And the panel sat and considered that this category takes distances in from 1,600 to 2,200 meters, and we wanted to try and cover all those bases. And your champion middle distance horse for the season just ended is Fiorella. Once again, we welcome Duncan Howells and James Rich onto the stage. They make a formidable duo. Kathy likes to drive the operations from behind them and make sure that they're behaving themselves, and that's what she's doing tonight as well, as she keeps her seat at the table and doesn't want to be in the limelight. But they make a formidable team at Ashburton there, consistent at the top of the KZN trainers log. And once again, we say to Dave McLean, who's a big investor in KwaZulu-Natal racing, his colours have become very familiar. We say to Dave McLean, sorry you couldn't be with us here this evening, but congratulations, and it's nice to see that you're reaping some of the rewards and the accolades and the recognition that your vast spend has achieved. And so to the final category before dinner. Champion Stayer. Cinch, like Manchester United going to Brighton. Sorry, Michelle, I had to get that in somewhere. There can only be one winner in this category, ladies and gentlemen. There's no surprises for guessing who. He won the Track and Ball Derby. He won the Gold Vase sponsored by DSTV. He won the Eland Gold Cup, 2,400 meters, 3,000 meters, 3,200 meters. Let's all congratulate the revelation of the season. It's my turn. And I'd like to call Anton Marcus to join the ladies on stage. Come on, Anton, you can't sit in that corner all night. Gave him a fabulous Vodacom Durban July and Eland Gold Cup double. So let's also welcome Anton Marcus as he joins Emma and Barbara and Jane Thomas on stage. Fabulous double for jockey Anton Marcus, and once again congratulations to the ladies. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Emma Rourke, racing manager to Fred Crabbier, Jane Thomas, his bloodstock agent, Barbara Bardenhorst, assistant trainer, and Anton Marcus, the winning jockey. How's that for a team? Ladies and gentlemen, please, a special round of applause for our chairperson of Gold Circle, Dr. Pumla Mganga. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to break away from the formalities of the awards. We're going to take a break for dinner. We trust that you're going to enjoy it, enjoy one another's company. Bon appetit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We trust you enjoyed your dinner. And Joseph Clark is going to be back for one more brief finale a little bit later on. But in the meantime, we continue with the 2018 KZN Racing Awards. Are you having a good time? In the famous words of some people, I can't hear you. Are you having a good time? Fantastic. Champion season in KwaZulu-Natal, we often refer to as the National Championships of South African Horse Racing. And we're very proud of the 3 months of May, June, and July. But we realize that, of course, it's a national platform. And I think when you saw that clip earlier on this evening when we introduced the awards, the intensity of champion season, the quality, the performances, the horses, the trainers, the jockeys, the owners, the grooms, and, of course, our fanatical racing fans here in KwaZulu-Natal. We are so blessed in this province to have a knowledgeable base of racing fans who really, really love the sport. And tonight is in all of those people's honor. So give all of our racing fans, all of our stakeholders, give yourselves a nice big round of applause. Right, we move on, ladies and gentlemen, and to assist us with the presentation of the next round of awards, I'm going to call on the Deputy Chairman of Gold Circle, Mr. Moses Tembi, to please come forward and assist us. Give him a nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We start off, ladies and gentlemen, now in this round of awards with the KZN Champion Apprentice. It is the first step in any young man's life to achieving greater things to come in his future. To be a champion apprentice in any province is no mean feat. It requires the support of the trainers. It requires the faith of the trainers. It requires the assistance of the academy in no small way. And we are so blessed this evening to have the principal of the South African Jockey Academy, Mr. Graham Bailey, with us, and also the chairman of the Jockey Academy, Mr. Avison Carlisle, with us this evening. And just to bring you up to speed, because sometimes we take our own for granted. The South African Jockey Academy, notwithstanding whatever criticisms may be leveled at the academy, and I say that with respect because sometimes, as I say, we don't really appreciate what we have until we don't have it anymore. The South African Jockey Academy is held in the highest esteem worldwide. This past year, we welcomed apprentices from various countries, and next year, those numbers are growing. More and more apprentices from across the borders, from Europe, from the Far East, from Mauritius, are coming to South Africa as young apprentice jockeys to learn their trade. And when we reflect on the graduates of this academy and the championships that they've won, not only in South Africa, but around the world, we cannot help but be proud of all that is achieved at the South African Jockey Academy. So let's salute them, ladies and gentlemen. They work tirelessly to bring our young sportsmen through the ranks. The young man that we honor tonight, I think, has a great future. He's won the KZN Champion Apprentice title this year, but I don't think that's the end of his titles. He has natural ability. He has natural talent. He's a quiet individual, and perhaps that's one area where he's got to come right a little bit and make himself, or make his presence felt a little bit more. And I mean that with great respect, Ashton. Our KZN Champion Apprentice for 2018 is Ashton Aries. Ashton. Hey, Ashton. Your grandmother has been waiting all night for you to say something. I know that you're sitting next to her at the table, but you still haven't said anything yet this evening. So now's your chance to come and say, hi, Grandma. It's really nice to be here this evening. I'll hold the trophy. I want to tell you, I know he does a lot of riding for Michael Roberts, but the similarities are quite scary. His potential is limitless. Just keep working at it, boy. Just keep working at it. Now it's your turn to do my job, and I'll do yours. Oh, sorry, let me just...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My fellow award winners and nominees. What a wonderful evening we're having tonight. It's a very special occasion. It is wonderful that we're celebrating the sport of horse racing in KwaZulu-Natal. This award is very special to me. It was my goal since the beginning of the season. I planned for it, I worked hard for it, and I'm very proud I achieved it. I have many people to thank who have helped me with the support, and what a great season I've had. None of this would be possible without the South African Jockey Academy. Our riding masters, Mr. Jap, Mr. Lawrence O'Donoghue, and Mr. Nicky Roebuck. Thank you for all your hard work you put in behind the scenes to allow me to perform at my best. To Mr. Nell and Mr. Strong, you always encourage me to do my best. Keep motivating me, and I will always give my best. Mr. Bailey, thank you for all your guidance and that you will never stop working to make the Academy a better place for all the apprentices. Mr. Carlisle, thank you for always motivating me to do better. A special thank you to Mrs. Carlisle for flying my granny up tonight here to celebrate this award with me. To all the trainers and to all the owners that give me rides this past season. I am very grateful. Without these rides, I wouldn't be standing here today. I especially want to thank Mr. Roberts and Mr. Dixon, and Mrs. Wright and Mr. Wright for their support and encouragement this past season. I need to pay special thanks to my family, who supported me through thick and thin, and who's always been watching me on teletrack. Lastly, I would just like to thank Gold Circle. Thank you for such an awesome night and for the special award function tonight. Thank you.
Just for the record, ladies and gentlemen, Ashton Aries, these awards are for rides in KwaZulu-Natal. He hasn't done a hell of a lot of traveling, although he does go to Joburg every so often when they have apprentice races up there. His time for traveling will come, and I have no doubt he will be in demand. He had 398 rides for 44 winners at a very respectable win percentage of 11.1%, which is not far off our national champion. His rides amassed, his winning rides and his place rides amassed a total amount of money of 3,931,425 rands. Ladies and gentlemen, please salute Ashton Aries. We move on now, ladies and gentlemen, to the KZN champion jockey, and this is judged on wins in KwaZulu-Natal. Riding 325 occasions, which for various reasons is less than he would like to have ridden, I'm sure. At an incredible 25.8% hit rate, winning hit rate, 84 winners from 325 rides. His mounts earned in stakes that he was successful on the staggering amount in KwaZulu-Natal of 11,205,000. 888 rand. He came clear in the end by a narrow margin of 5 wins over his arch rival and great friend, Anthony Delpeche. He too had his traumas through the year, but is clearly a professional sportsman of the highest quality and the highest standing. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we salute the brilliant talent of Anton Marcus.
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, firstly I'd like to congratulate all the winners in their respective categories. I'd like to thank Gold Circle for the recognition and this prestigious award. I wish them all the best going forward. The bar was certainly raised this season, and I look forward to this coming season. None of this could have been attained without the support of owners and trainers. And, coming to that, I find myself in a very fortunate position that I get ongoing support from most of the trainers in this room tonight. The balance of you know who you are. In turn, they also supported by very, very patient owners, and for that I thank you all. There's an adage in life that says, find a job that you love, and you'll never work a day in your life, and that certainly applies to me, I'd like to think, well, most of the time. For those of you that have seen the movie Forrest Gump, you'll be aware of the metaphor. Life is like a box of chocolates. And that certainly is reality. None of us know what's around the corner, and that certainly applies in racing. You're all aware of the terrible fall that Anthony had. But for that, in all probability, it would be him up here tonight receiving this award. I can tell you the jockey room is certainly a poorer place without him, and I wish him a speedy recovery, as I'm sure all of you do as well. Last but not least, got to thank my family for their support. Very special tonight, having my daughter Jessica here tonight for the first time. Welcome, Jess. Once again, thank you to everybody.
Not easy following jockeys, you've got to find the mic. Life is like a box of chocolates, Anton, but you got all the chocolates. Right, we move on to the KZN champion trainer. And over recent years, this has become quite a grudge fight. This has become like two boxes in the respective corners. And over the last number of years, it's gone this way, and it's gone that way, and it's gone this way, and it's gone that way. It's a fight between Sommerfeld and Ashburton. And it generally goes down to the wire. But he got his revenge this year. He's put the young upstart in his place. Our champion trainer, KwaZulu-Natal, for the season ended 31 July 2018. Please welcome Dennis Dreyer. let's have a big round of applause. He's a stalwart. Before Dennis says something, let me put his stats in perspective. 462 runners in KwaZulu-Natal for the 12-month period, 1 August 2017 to 31 July 2018. 61 winners at a hit rate of 13.2%, with stake earnings in this province alone of 6,520,000. This award is determined not by stakes, but in this province by the number of winners. And he edged out his arch rival, Duncan Howells, once again very narrowly. It's a fight that we always look forward to each and every year. Dennis, this year it's your turn.
Yeah. Thanks, Graham. You know, this was only half the team. You can't achieve these awards without a big team effort. And to all the grooms, to my wife, Jill, she's the biggest supporter of me and really makes me buckle down when times are not going well. And to Sean, who does all the work riding, it's a big team effort. And to all the owners, you know, I think I could have had a better season. And to Duncan also, well done, boy. I think you felt sorry for me halfway through the season. But I'm glad to be here, and a big thanks to everyone. Thank you.
Now we get to the paddocks and to the farms. The cornerstone of horse racing in South Africa is without question the producers of our horses. The breeding industry in South Africa is the cornerstone of the thoroughbred horse racing industry. Of that there is no doubt. They toil away on the farms trying to achieve the ultimate in horse racing, which is to breed grade 1 winners and to breed winners consistently and to have top quality mares on their farm and top quality stallions. It's a thankless, tough world. If you haven't seen it, go onto YouTube and see a video that has been produced recently for Churchill Downs. It's a magnificent video. I'd like to have shown it tonight, but we're not licensed to do so. So I invite you to go to YouTube, remember what I said this evening, see the latest advert for American horse racing coming out of Churchill Downs, and you'll begin to understand, for the breeders, for the trainers, for the work riders, for the grooms, for the jockeys, just how tough this game that we love so much really is behind the scenes. We all arrive on a race day and take all of what's gone before for granted. We watch the races, we criticize the rides, we do this, we do that, we've backed a loser, we moan, we groan, occasionally we back a winner and we're delighted. We have a bottle of champagne. But we often take for granted everything that goes on behind the scenes. For every race meeting, there is hard sweat and tears that goes on behind the scenes to bring the actors to the stage. And it all starts in the stud farms. Champion breeders, KwaZulu-Natal, based on stakes earned in this province over the 12-month period, 1 August to 31 July. Once again, it is our great pleasure to recognize the achievements of the wonderful team at Summerhill Stud. Now, I did say to Mick, I've built a stage especially for them, so they can get the whole team on here. So don't be shy, guys. You can all come forward. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. These are our own people. These are our own people. KwaZulu-Natal raised and bred. They've warded off the opposition from the other provinces. Just again to record the stats, Samuel Stud actually earned more money in the rest of the country than in KwaZulu-Natal. So Mick was actually a little surprised when I suggested to him that Samuel Stud were the champion breeders in KwaZulu-Natal, which is based on stakes earned by the respective studs runners in this province. They didn't win it easily. The challenge came thick and fast from Maritzfontein and Wilgeborgsdrift and Klavervlei, etc. But they emerged victorious. So I'm going to give Mick's speech because he goes on too long. No, I'm only kidding. He doesn't speak unless I introduce him formally. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the greatest orator in South African horse racing and breeding, Mr. Mick Goss.
It's a wonderful relief to me to see our guest artist this evening, who's only a year behind me, taking on Freddie Mercury like he did, and Anton Marcus, who's only 2 years behind me, reminding all you young bucks out there that we're not done yet. Can I just, before I get to the thank yous, to my team here, thank our hosts this evening. God knows why we spent all that money on so many venues. We're so lucky to be here this evening. I walked out on this balcony and I looked down on one of the world's great race courses across an internationally renowned golf course on the greatest port city on the continent of Africa. My God, we're lucky to live in this province. Those of you who are visitors tonight, just appreciate that there are as many sharks in the Springbok team tomorrow as there are in any province, and they live here because all of us do. This last season, Samuel Horses earned a record 22 million rand. And I was astonished to hear from Graham that we were in line for this wonderful award tonight. We had 3 Group 1 winners this last season, which out of 1 sales draft. I think that's certainly a record for us. It's probably a record for the country. But none of them won their Group 1s here. They were all trained on the Highveld. And so this is a remarkable surprise. But I have to acknowledge the fact that we don't only live in a marvelous neighborhood. One of the gifts my parents passed on to my brother Pat and I was an appreciation of the value of good people. Good people, ladies and gentlemen, don't need managing, they just need inspiring. And it's one of life's privileges for Cheryl and I and my family to get up in the mornings and leave home at 6:15 every morning to go to work with some of the world's best citizens and the most talented horse people on this earth. And we owe everything to these people. And they're only a tiny segment of the people that make up Summerhill. There'll be more than 400 people sleeping at Summerhill tonight. There's a creche, there's a junior school that's produced 2 mayors of our district, 65 pupils. We give lessons in life skills, and we have the only School of Management Excellence in Equine Studies in the Southern Hemisphere. And for those of you who don't know it, we have standing scholarships with the greatest management school in the world, the English National Stud. And in the 5 years we've had these scholarships, 4 of our people from the disadvantaged communities have come out the top students in the world after graduating from our school. And they come principally from this province, but from this great country of ours. And we live in times of difficulty, and I don't think the world's ever been in the mess it's been. But these little things, and the things all of you winners here tonight, and moments of celebration like this, are a reason for all of us to remember how bloody lucky we are to live in this country. And that's a good reason for us to join our hands tonight. And I thank you all for so warmly applauding us tonight, and especially for the fact some of you counted me out 2 years ago when I went to hell and came back through your support and your love and your wishes. And I need to remind you that as old as you think I am, as long as there's wind in these sails and there's a bit of cognitive capacity in this head here, I was away for 6 months 2 years ago, and everybody in this game somehow connects farms and training establishments with an individual. But I wasn't there for 6 months, and we still won the National Breeders' Championship. And that means that Summerhill will be here long after I am. But as long as there's a bit of breath in these lungs, I'll be able to join these guys if they're ever lucky enough to stand on the stage again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice big round of applause for Moses Tembe, who assisted us with the presentation of the trophies to the champion apprentice, the champion jockey, the champion trainer, and the champion breeders. So now we move to the champion owner of KwaZulu-Natal, and to assist us with the presentation of this award, I'd like to call on the chairman of the Gold Circle Racing Committee, Mr. Neil Butcher, the Independent Owners Association representative on the racing committee, Mr. Mahesh Chetty, and the trainers representative on the Gold Circle Racing Committee, Mr. Tony Riverland, to please join me on stage. Neil, Mahesh, and Tony, please join us. As much as I said that the cornerstone of the breeding industry and the racing industry and the entire thoroughbred industry are the breeders, they obviously require customers, and passionate customers and owners who race for the right reasons, for the sport, to win trophies, to win big races, who do not necessarily add up the rands and cents, but are in pursuit of a passion, to be on the winner's podium. And we in KwaZulu-Natal are blessed that in the last number of years, many such individuals have emerged. And it is with great pride and with great gratitude that we greet a new face this evening as champion owner of KwaZulu-Natal. We congratulate, as champion owner of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Mario Ferreira. Call on Louis and Dennis and Des and the rest of the team, all of whom trained for him, produce his runners. Mario couldn't be with us here this evening, unfortunately, but Des is his racing manager, and his daughter, of course, supports his two principal trainers, Louis Quisson and Dennis Bosch, both of whom had many, many winners for Mario Ferreira in those familiar green and red silks throughout the season. Mario Ferreira sent me an email just today saying that he really apologizes he couldn't be here, but he's left it in the hands of these esteemed gentlemen and lady to receive the award on his behalf. For the statistics, quite incredible. 197 runners, 35 winners, at an owner's strike rate, winning strike rate of 17.8%. That's close to 1 in 5 of his runners that he sends out, or that these gentlemen on his behalf send out, are winners. He earned in KwaZulu-Natal alone, he does race in other provinces of course, 3,177,350 rand, and of course was honored earlier this evening with the champion 2-year-old colt, Cue the Music. So to you guys, congratulations. To Louis, to Dennis, to Des, and the rest of the team, please extend our heartfelt appreciation to Mario Ferreira for not only his support of racing in KwaZulu-Natal, but as you know, he's also the driving force behind Rathmore Stud, the resurgence of Rathmore Stud in KwaZulu-Natal. Des, you might want to say a few words. Let's give them a nice big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Graham has already sent Mario's apologies. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it. He would like to thank Gold Circle. First of all, a year ago, they allowed Louis to come join Dennis. The team started about 3 years ago. And I have to say a big thank you to the two of them for all the work that they've done. And then also one very special guy, Gunther, who unfortunately is on the road to recovery. He's had his best season ever, and we wish him all well. Hopefully he'll be back in about 6 weeks. And I just need to thank some of the other trainers as well that contributed, Janse van Vieren, Brett Crawford, Gareth van Sale, and also Vaughan Marshall. And lastly, myself, all the trainers, the jockeys would like to thank Mario for all his support. And I think he thoroughly deserves achieving this award for what he has put in. And his comments, he's not finished yet. Thank you very much to Gold Circle for a wonderful evening, and I hope you all enjoy yourself. Thanks.
Thanks to Mayesh and Tony. I'd ask Neil if you'd stay on stage for a moment. Let's give Mayesh and Tony Rivelin a nice big round of applause. Now we get to some very special awards, ladies and gentlemen, which some of which we introduced quite a long time ago, and some of which we introduced more recently as we build up towards the climax of the announcement of the horse of the season. We start off with the Anita Akal Award. So I'm going to ask Anita, because I know that it might take her the time of a barrier trial to get here. So Anita, if you'd start making your way up while I introduce the Anita Akal Award. As you know, for many, many years. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I think you might also have to go up the ramp. You've got 3 hunks to help you up there, Anita. Don't spurn their assistance. They're coming from the front, they're coming from behind, they're coming from the side. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Anita's been on our race courses for decades. She's always wanted to give me a clap. So every year, Anita Akal makes a special award at these evenings. She does so also at the Breeders' Awards. So she annually has 2 very special awards, one more racing orientated, the other more breeding orientated. She determines the winners each year, but they're based on criteria in her mind of not only people who are naturally talented within the industry, who serve the industry, but do so with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of skill, with a lot of talent, but who also go the extra mile, who without wishing to be acknowledged for their extra assistance that they may provide behind the scenes, they nonetheless give up of their time, they give up of their energy to provide more than what is expected of them. I'm obviously privy to who the winner is this year, and I couldn't think of a more deserving recipient of the Anita Akal Award for this past season. But it goes beyond just one season, because obviously this is a lifetime of racing and service and contribution that is wrapped up into recognition from a lady who has been photographing horses on this race course since how long? 46 years. 46 years she's been taking pictures on the racecourse. So when you get recognized by Anita Akal, please accept that you've been properly recognized and you thoroughly deserve it. The winner this year to receive Anita Akal Special Award is Garth Puller. Before I ask, now Garth had no idea he was getting this, so there's no prepared speech, so he's going to have to just wing it. But Anita just wants to say a few words before I introduce you to our recipient this year, Garth Puller.
I just want to say thank you very, very much to my daughter for all the help she's given me the last year and a half since my accident. And also Candice. Candice, thank you for your support and being there for me. Thanks everybody for your support. Appreciate it very much. Thanks, guys.
And again, before I introduce Garth to say a few words, just a reminder that, as is a want, Anita also, one day she'll get her own award. She'll give it to herself. I'm not 100% sure when that's going to happen, but one night I'm going to stand up here and announce Anita Akal as the winner of the Anita Akal Reward. But just to once again congratulate her and thank her for all those magnificent frames that she's produced here for these awards this evening, for all of the connections to take away. Anita, fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, a man that I've grown old with. We've shared many times in Cape Town. We're not going to go there, though. But I know that this award is deserved, because whenever we, even as Gold Circle, or when the TBA have asked for the horse to be there to lead in the yearlings, or when we've required a favor just to go the extra mile, this man has never balked at any challenge. And apart from that, he's been a champion jockey, twice winner of the Vodacom Durban July and Rothmans, as it was then known. Well, he won 3, but lost 1 in the Stipes boardroom, but that's all history now. Yes, Garth Puller.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to thank Anita for this award. I'm really proud to receive it from her. She's been in racing for as long as I have, and I can't think of anybody else that's served the game with more dedication and passion. Thanks to Anita, thanks to Gold Circle for putting on this lovely evening, and congratulations to all the winners and the recipients of this evening. And may everyone have a good evening. Thank you. And just like to finish off by thanking Wendy. She's been my pillar of support right through. Thank you.
And what a start he's made to the new season. Careful, he's hot. He's hot. Okay, now we get to an award that was introduced a couple of seasons back, because we felt there had to be some scope to try and get the public involved in what we do. We'd love to have 10,000 people here this evening, but of course that's not possible. But we believe in these awards, we believe in this function, we believe in the celebration, we believe in the party, we believe in the camaraderie, but we also wanted to get our racing fans out there to be a part of it. And this year's response has been phenomenal. We started, I think, 3 seasons ago with an idea for the ride of the season. We as a panel choose the 5 rides that the public have the opportunity to vote on. So they, our racing fan base, choose the winners. But let's take a step back and take you through the 5 rides that qualified for voting for this season's Ride of the Year.
Fiorella's making a big race of it. Snow Dance is going to have to dig down. Fiorella's on the outside. Snow Dance just clinging to the lead. It's close. They hit the line, and I think Fiorella got her. Snow Dance now gets the wake-up call, comes into the lead from Redberry Lane on the inside. And it's Snow Dance by 1 or 2 lengths. Premier Dance the outside. Snow Dance, Redberry Lane, but Snow Dance is holding on. Redberry Lane's coming back, but oh, it's too close.
Celtic Seas all over them. Can you keep it secret on the inside? Vivier's running on, but Celtic Sea catching the right wave home with Inbarrage. Mighty High's flying on the outside. Mighty High got Celtic Sea.
Black Cat back, Rocky Valley, Will Pays on the inside, but it's now Sunset Eyes the leader. Down the inside, Will Pays a big runner, and Will Pays coming to get them all. Will Pays won at Attenborough second.
But it's Captain America in front. Captain America, with short of 200 metres left to go, is travelling strongly and looks to have it all parcelled up. Sail South is giving chase, but Captain America in front.
Have them, ladies and gentlemen, each for their own reasons were nominated. And I'm sure you could pick up on that when you reminisced. But our winner is Lyle Hewitson on Redberry Lane by an overwhelming majority of votes. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. He looked to have nothing to come. It looked certain to be defeat in the Grade 1 Johnson's Workwear Garden Province Stakes, but to Justin Snaith's chagrin, Redberry Lane got up on the line. So tonight we have Samantha Hewitson. Unfortunately, Lyle is busy with public relations opportunities that he's pursuing at the moment while he's off riding as a result of his injury. We have Samantha here, but the family have requested, and I think it's very appropriate, the family have requested that outgoing riding master, retiring riding master, Stephen Jupp, comes forward to collect the award on behalf of Lyle Hewitson. So let's give Stephen Jupp a nice big round of applause. Stephen Jupp receiving the award from the Gold Circle Racing Committee Chairman Neil Butcher on behalf of Lyle Hewitson. We had thousands of participants, ladies and gentlemen, thousands of participants, which was a huge step up from where we were in the past. And I have to say, I kind of thought that given the bias in KwaZulu-Natal, that Anton Marcus's ride on Fiorella might just have got the nod. But Anton, I have to say to you that the punting public out there voted very strongly in favour of that dramatic finish that Lyle Hewitson, our champion jockey and obviously champion apprentice, produced on Redberry Lane in the dying strides to catch Snow Dance in the Johnson's Workwear Garden Province Stakes. And it's great to have Nick Johnson as the sponsor of that event here. And forever, that race and this finish will go down in the record books. Stephen would like to say a few words on behalf of Lyle and the family. But before he does, Stephen, I'm especially pleased that you're receiving this award this evening because like so many before you, and in fact, with Garth Buller just having received the Anita Akal Award, few people recognize and realize a lifetime into the industry. As a very successful jockey, giving your life to the apprentices thereafter, now it's time to call it a day. And Stephen retires from the academy and goes to enjoy life with Leslie and his family, doing whatever it is. And they say that jockeys really love to go fishing. Sometimes it's real fishing, sometimes they just organize fishing trips to stay away from the racetrack, but I think this is real fishing. Stephen has one historic fact that can never be taken away from him. And I was fortunate enough to be part of that promotion when I was still with the TBA all those years ago. The very first ever 1 million rand race run in South Africa, the TBA Bloodline Million over 1,200 meters in the early 90s, was won by this man on a horse called Leopard Strike. So give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That they can never take away from him. Let's hear from Stephen Jupp on behalf of Lyle Hewitson.
Thanks, Graham. Lyle sent me a message. He said to me, Mr. Jupp, won't you receive this award for me? So I said, Boykie, I'm not a good speaker, boy. I said, but anyway, I'll think of something. So anyway, thank you very much to Lyle. And he just wanted me to convey a few messages to Sam and Carl. Well done, you brought up a good kid. And to the academy, he's been a pleasure. He's broken all types of records. Well done to Lyle. And as for me, oh, sorry about Lyle. He just wanted me to wish the trainers, the owners that have supported him, thank you very much. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm retiring at the end of this month. Thank you to Leslie for putting up for all my nonsense over the years. And I've had a great career. The industry's been very good to me. The trainers, the owners, Gold Circle, Pumalela, wherever I've gone, the industry's been great to me. And to the academy, Everson, Graham, Mary, thank you very much. It's been a great last 6 years. And I'm going to enjoy my life with the rest of my family. Thank you very much.
Okay, we've got one more award before we take a short break as we head towards the horse of the season. We're going to have our entertainer, Freddie Mercury, back on stage to do his finale. It's an appropriate finale, which I'm sure you're going to enjoy, which is going to happen after this award and just before we do the Horse of the Season award. But this is another very special award. We think it's a special award. We remember Roy Eckstein, the first chairman of Gold Circle, who met with an early demise, unfortunately, and we introduced a number of years ago the Roy Eckstein Floating Trophy. And basically, it honors who we believe in the past 12 months has been the KZN Personality of the Year. The outgoing champion is Dees Dianand, and he certainly deserved that award. It's been in existence for 3 or 4 years. It's a valued trophy, as I said, honoring the first ever chairman of Gold Circle after corporation came in. This year's winner, and it's not easy, and you're likely to offend, but we sat around the table and we threw a whole lot of names on the table and we said, there's one person. There's one person who really deserves this award this year. Many of you in this room won't even know him. When I announce the name, you're going to say, who's he? So I've already told you it's a male. Okay? You're going to say, who's he? And that's the way he likes it. I've known him for a long time. He goes about his business with great enthusiasm. He's never short of a wisecrack. I don't think the film clip that we've got of him does justice to him because he's laughing more than anything else all of the time. But his attention to detail, his support, what he does, the way he goes about it, and as I said, he's never short of a story. Ladies and gentlemen, we as Gold Circle have voted the KZN Racing Personality of the Year to be Philip Fourie from New Turf Carriers. He looks like a traffic cop in this clip. Fourie's a jolly good fellow, Fourie's a jolly good fellow. There you go, brother. Why? He hasn't got a date, so I thought we'd give him an opportunity to get a date. Take a look at yourself in the frame. Take a look at yourself in the frame. And now you're coming here. Getting him here tonight was a mission that Matthew and Michael Sham and I concocted along with the rest of our team. He was simply told, you have to represent new turf carriers. They are a service provider to Gold Circle. There is no way you can say no. I'm not sure he accepted the invitation with a great deal of alacrity because he'd be rather lying on his couch planning what's going to happen on Sunday. But here you are in the limelight with your trophy, wearing a suit that I've never seen on you before. You borrowed it. Okay. Philip, you've got lots of fans out there. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, a nicer person you'll not meet, a person who goes the extra mile and does it with a great sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Philip Fourie.
Thank you. Why? Thank you very much to everybody. I don't know what to say.
Well, don't
Thank you. Peace out. No, I won't tell a joke. Thank you.
Well, our thanks to Gold Circle's, the club chairman and the racing committee chairman, Mr. Neil Butcher, for assisting with those awards that we've just completed. We only have one to go. We have 18 awards that we give away. We've got just one to go, and Neil will be back to help us present that. But in the meantime, just take a short break because welcome back on stage for his absolute finale tonight. Please welcome back Mr. Joseph Clark.
This is for everyone here. I dedicate this song to all of you. I paid my dues.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Joseph Clark, a.k.a. Freddie Mercury. Right, could I ask that our chairman of our racing committee, Mr. Neil Butcher, joins me on stage again as we move towards the highlight of the evening, which is, of course, the announcement of the horse of the season. And there's no shortage, absolutely no shortage of nominees. And I think it kind of sums up the quality of Champion Season 2018 when we go through these nominees, as we will do in alphabetical order. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The horse of the year in KwaZulu-Natal, the horse of Champion Season 2018. First up, the Brett Crawford trained Bold Respect, multiple feature race winner and winner of the Group 1 Soccer Sun Sprint. Our second nominee is the Daisy Guineas winner and the Vodacom Durban July winner, Do It Again, a son of Twice Over, trained by Justin Snaith and sporting the colours of Mr. Bernard Cantor in partnership with Nick Johnson. It's My Turn is our next nominee. As we said earlier, a revelation through the latter part of the season. When turned to more stamina-sapping distances, he came absolutely into his own, winning 3 top-staying races on the trot. Our fourth nominee, she only raced once, but she's brilliant. One start in KZN for a Group 1 win in the Willavington 2000. Oh, Susanna, also trained by Justin Snaith. Our next nominee, who's been honoured twice this evening already, is the VAR filly Somalit, winner of the Grade 1 South African Filly Sprint. And our final nominee for the horse of the season, also only raced once in KwaZulu-Natal, winning the Daily News 2000, the Stuart Pettigrew trained Surcharge. High quality nominees, and we're blessed to have had their presence in KwaZulu-Natal through the months of May, June and July. But in the view of the panel, we were pretty much unanimous that the horse of the season goes to Do It again. Nick Johnson, Jack Mitchell, Bernard Cantor, Justin Snaith. Bred by Northfield Stud. We call on Justin Snaith, Anton Marcus, Nick Johnson to represent the owners to come forward and receive the award for Horse of the Season. Here they come, ladies and gentlemen. Champion jockey of KwaZulu-Natal, Anton Marcus. The champion trainer of South Africa, Justin Snaith. The champion of owners and ownership in KwaZulu-Natal. Great supporter around the country, Nick Johnson, representing his partners, Bernard Cantor and Jack Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll hear from both Nick and Justin first up. And now they're arguing about riding instructions or speech instructions. I think it's Justin is first up.
Cheers. Firstly, I would really like to say thank you to Gold Circle. Obviously, I get very fortunate in training around the country, and I must be honest, in my opinion, it is my opinion, but I do feel that Gold Circle have taken the forward approach in marketing and, you know, just trying to get racing back onto track where it should be. And I say really well done to guys that I work closely with, obviously when I come here to Natal, like Tony Rivlin and Graham Hawkins. And I know there's there's a lot of you around that are very close in what you do here, but obviously they deal with me directly, and I really thank them, to Michelle Narek and to our whole table of fantastic people that are involved in Moses and everybody that's involved in Gold Circle. Just thank you so much. And to my clients involved in this horse, Jack Mitchell, Nancy, Nick, Celeste, everyone that's involved, Bernard Cantor, of course, his colors. I just say thank you very much. And to all my owners, you know, it's just, we come here for 3 months of the year, and to everyone here in Natal, thank you for really making this field. We first came here in 1974, my father, and it's become a second home to my family. We come here, and I really thank the people of Natal. Thank you for making this a second home for us. Thank you.
Justin's not much taller than a jockey. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to receive this wonderful award. It's a great honor to race with Jack Mitchell and Bernard Cantor. We bought this horse 2 years ago at the Johannesburg sales, and we all mad about twice over, and he's turning into quite a stallion. Justin has done everything absolutely wonderfully with this horse. He's only had 6 runs, and you know, the patience that's been exhibited to look after him and get him to where he's got has been quite remarkable. I'm not sure how you did it, Justin, to restrain yourself with this horse. He's a magnificent horse, and we're really excited about the future. We certainly have no intention of selling him outside the country. We all three love racing here. And so it's a great honor to win this award. And Graham, thank you for putting on a wonderful evening. To all the Gold Circle directors and staff, thank you for the wonderful season you gave us. There's no doubt that this champion season is the pinnacle of racing in South Africa. If we can just get a few things right, there's no doubt that racing can go from strength to strength. We all know what our problems are, and it's a matter of knuckling down and working together to work it all out. There's a great deal of love for the game, for the horses. There's so many amazing people who are involved in racing. It's a matter of all joining together and making a difference and really acknowledging what an amazing sport we have. So let's hope we have many more years of wonderful champion season. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much to Justin Snaith for being here, coming all the way from Cape Town. To Nick Johnson, thank you very much. It's great having you guys here this evening. We do think of your partners, Jack Mitchell and Bernard Cantor. We wish they were here, but obviously it's not easy to get all the way from the UK necessarily for a Friday evening out of season in KwaZulu-Natal, and Jack Mitchell would like to have been here, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end as far as the formality of the awards is concerned. I'd like to thank you for your patience. We trust you enjoyed your dinner. We trust you enjoyed the show, but it's not over. After Do It Again each and every day, Isaac Mwelafse. And we've got a very special presentation to make to Isaac, which Justin will take all the way back to Cape Town for him. As you know, Justin Snaith has his grooms beautifully attired for every single race meeting. And my apologies for missing the moment. My apologies for missing the moment. But ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Isaac Mwelafse, whose responsibility it is to look after Do It Again every single day and prepare him for those big races. And thanks to Alistair Gordon and for Paul Lafferty for chasing me back to the stage. Thank you very much.